For 150 years, the Presbyterian Home for Children in Talladega has been serving children, at-risk children, homeless children, and their families. We are a place of healing. We provide a path of hope for their future. When our at-risk girls come, these are girls in moderate care. They have experienced extreme abuse and neglect. And when they come here, this becomes their home. It does become a place of healing. It becomes a place where they can receive unconditional love and all of the services that they need. We're a residential therapeutic treatment program. And so we begin to walk that journey out with them toward their healing. We also bring in homeless children, boys and girls, from babies to age 17 in our secure dwellings program. The average age of a homeless person in Alabama is only 6 years old. That's right, 6 years old. And so we are one of the few places in Alabama where we are able to bring homeless children and their moms together, keeping them together and allowing them to, in essence, start over. We're able to provide these children with a place to grow, rest, play, learn. We have a fully accredited school, Ascension Leadership Academy, but we're also working with their moms on life skills and their ability to move toward a path of independence. So we're surrounding both the children and the moms with love and support and helping them move toward independence. So the Presbyterian Home for Children was started, again, 150 years ago, and we were started after the Civil War when there were orphans, children with no parents. But since that time, the needs of children and families have changed. And so as a result, we have changed. We have changed to better meet the needs of children with all the various programs that we have. I really feel immeasurable joy to lead this organization as we walk hand in hand with each child and each young adult and each mother from the difficulties that they experienced prior to coming to the home, where that when they come here, there's so much pain and there's not a sparkle in the eye, to that first week as they're surrounded with love and they're surrounded with compassion, and we begin to see that sparkle come back into their eye, that there's hope for them, there's hope for their future. Hope is like oxygen. Everyone has to have it, and without it we give up. And so we're providing hope, we're providing love. Everything that we do at the Presbyterian Home for Children is wrapped in unconditional love. So in this 150 years anniversary, we decided to celebrate the entire year long. And so celebrating what we've been able to accomplish over this long period of time and what we intend to begin that next 150 years in 2019. This year we also celebrated a really special birthday in addition to our own. And it was a 14-year-old girl that came here in our moderate care program. She had been abused, she had been neglected, she had been removed from her family by DHR, and for very good reason. But one thing that this little girl had never experienced was a birthday party. For 14 years, she had never had a birthday party. So when we found that out, we had the biggest birthday party for this little girl. And we surrounded her with love. All of our other girls helped and made things for her and bought things for her. And she was just literally overwhelmed by the love that we poured out on this precious little girl. I say, this one story because we win our children one at a time. They're all made in the image of Almighty God with immeasurable value and great purpose. And this little girl now has hope. This little girl now has a reason to move forward. And as president of the Presbyterian Home for Children, I don't miss birthday parties. This is a part of what we do. So in our Secure Dwellings program, again, where we bring homeless children, boys and girls, and their moms here and surround them with love and support on that path toward independence. Now, I reflect last year as I started, we had a homeless mom and two little boys, 8 and 11, and we got them in here right before Christmas. So I went over there to welcome them to the home. They were so excited. They had been in a shelter, and you know, shelters can be, it was a shelter for women, but it can be kind of a scary place for children. And so they had their apartment here on campus, and they were decorating for Christmas, and they were excited, and they were at peace. And so I came over as president to welcome them. And so I looked around, and the little 8-year-old was actually under the bed. He wasn't scared. That's just kind of where he wanted to hang out. So the president decided, to climb under the bed. So I climbed under the bed, and that's where I met this little boy. And I introduced myself as Mr. Doug. And, that began the friendship. We will go to whatever extent to love children. And if that means going under a bed to welcome them to the Presbyterian Home for Children, then that's what we're going to do. I found out that this family had gotten a karaoke machine for Christmas. So I made a promise to this little boy that I would come back. And it turned out to be the first day of school in January. And I would play karaoke with him. I had an appointment at 4 o'clock, and as I walked over to this cottage, there he was in a window waiting for me. He remembered. We had made a promise. And, we make promises to children who have had so many promises broken over their short lives. And so, we promised to show up and to be there for them. And so I came in, and this little guy was like a tree frog, and he climbed my back. Before I knew it, he was on my shoulder, and his legs out, and he had my mic, and we were jumping around, and I was kind of having to fake it because I didn't know this song, but we had just an incredible fun time. Now, I had some backache and neck ache and shoulder aches afterwards because he was 8 years old, not my 2-year-old grandson. However, it was worth every bit of it because everything we do at the home, we wrap in love. And as president and CEO, I represent a staff and a board of trustees, and I represent them all. I feel almost like a mirror that I'm reflecting off of them, all of the incredible love that they have for these children and families. And I'm excited about our future. I'm excited about the next 150 years as we continue to love and care for and serve children and families across Alabama.